The intended use of fire extinguishers is to extinguish small and incipient stage fires. Because the fire extinguishers hold a fixed amount of agent in order to achieve this goal, they have to be quickly accessed, would be within a normal path of travel, and it has to be somewhere that you can get to it quick in order to extinguish the fires. Some quick rules of thumb with your fire extinguishers. If you have to leave the room in order to retrieve your extinguisher, the best course of action is for you to continue on and exit the structure. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about the different classifications, and then we'll go and look at a fire extinguisher, and then we'll actually go over some of the parts of it, and then a little bit of the operations. Fire extinguishers are set up to correspond with different types of fires. You're going to have a Class A fire, which is going to be your ordinary combustibles. You got your Class B fires that will be flammable liquids. You have your Class C fires, and those are going to involve electrical equipment. And then you're going to have Class D fires. Those are dealing with combustible metals, and those are specialized fire extinguishers that help to suppress fires that occur with combustible metals, because some of the chemical reactions that can take place with the metals and the water, it's actually harmful to put water on some of those combustible metal fires, as well as it's harmful to put water on flammable liquid fires. And then you also have another classification of fire extinguishers that's found primarily in the cooking industry, which is your Class K fire extinguishers, and those work with reacting with the fat and oils that are in the cooking materials to help form a foam on them. And they use that most of the time. People say, well, why you got a Class B that's for flammable liquids? The Class K fires actually sometimes burn hotter than the flammable liquid fires. So we need an additional classification of extinguishers to be able to tackle those types of fires. Now we're going to look at a fire extinguisher that I actually have in my home that we have here to use just in case of emergency. And this fire extinguisher actually has multiple classifications. It's going to be a classification of A, B, and C, and those are the most common types that you're going to come across in your household. Now, along with that being a Class A and a Class B, the Class A and Class B extinguishers have an additional classification, and it actually corresponds to the amount of fire that this extinguisher should be able to put out. And this one has additional classification of on the Class A side, it's 2, and that says that it will this fire extinguisher will be able to put out the equivalent of 2 times 1.125 gallons of water on a Class A fire. And in Class B fire, that corresponds saying that if I had a 2-foot pan of flammable liquid, that this extinguisher should be able to handle it. Basic operations of fire extinguisher, we're going to use the acronym PASS. And basically what you're going to do, you're going to pull the pin that locks the handle. You're going to take your nozzle, you're going to aim your nozzle, you're going to squeeze your handle. By squeezing the handle, it's going to discharge the agent, the extinguishing agent. You squeeze your handle, and then you're going to sweep the nozzle back and forth across the base of the fire to achieve extinguishment. And that's just a quick basic overview of fire extinguishers.